y'all? This is me, Erik Robinson. Just want today we got our office hours. We're gonna be talking about the green sheet. We're gonna talk about selling, talking about strategies, talking about a lot of things. So just hang in there. There's a participation. I'm assuming everybody's real, everybody's live. But really we want to get into it's gonna be participation, not just me talking. Really want to get into the green sheet and the concept of it. But before we get started, I was talking to gentleman David on the line. Y'all see him at DMV Legacy. He's an experienced agent. And we were just sharing something. I was like, hey, Experior, I don't know if y'all realize, is built on a platform for experienced agents. The average Experior agent is about 7 to 8 years of experience. The average executive director comes with about 13 years, 12 to 13 years of experience. Let that sink in.
Wow.
Yeah. When you became an ED, how many years of experience did you have when you became executive director?
9 months.
Not in a year, right?
Right.
So you had to check the 0 to 1 box. The average
Yep.
is 12 to 13. Me, 0 to 1 box. Relia Evans, 0 to 1 box. Yep. So what am I saying? We didn't even make the average Experior agent is 7 to 8 years of experience. So why am I saying this? Because Experior built their business model with that. So when people came in, they understood what to do. They knew how to rope. They've already gone through the weed out period. Are y'all with me? There's some weed outs. This industry is not for me. This is tough. This is this. They pretty much recruited the people who already had it. Y'all with me? They've gone through. They ain't worried about the licensing course. Why? Because most of them are licensed. They're not worried about explaining certain things. Why? Because most of them are licensed already. So when we built our business model, when people look at our 120, I want to go through that. So I want you to understand the concept of it. Our business model was able to take somebody from A to Z. I was telling David, I said, being in the car industry, you as a salesperson, I worked in multiple dealerships. As a salesperson, when I changed dealerships, and Jock, you work in the car industry, as a salesperson, when you change dealerships, you just change dealerships, right?
Mm-hmm.
Start selling, hit the road, start selling. But as a business owner, when you open up a new business, what do? You have a grand opening event.
Mm-hmm.
A salesperson doesn't have a grand opening event. You just start a new dealership and tell people, hey, John, I'm at the new dealership, start selling. Why? Next month, you might be another dealership. Man, I'm selling Hondas. Honda's the best thing in the world. Next month, I'm selling Toyotas. Man, you got to get that Toyota. Nothing like it. Ooh, now I'm selling Chevys. Come on, baby, American, buy American, right? And so as a salesperson, you just switch. As a business owner, when they open up a new Chevy store, even if I own a Honda, you do a grand opening. Are y'all catching that? My question is, are you running your business like a salesperson or a business owner? And that's the difference. Our blueprint is like a franchise. If I open up a Dunkin' Donuts has a blueprint to open up Dunkin' Donuts. And we can teach you how to sell donuts. You can go on YouTube and figure out how to make some donuts. Dunkin' Donuts does make sales. Don't get me wrong. They got to sell donuts. But the person who owns a Dunkin' Donut has to run a business. They got to understand business principles, business strategies. Are y'all catching that? And Dunkin' Donuts provide a blueprint, not just to make donuts. They provide a blueprint to run a business. So I'm going to ask y'all in the chat, which one do you want to do? Do you want to build an insurance business, or do you want to be just an agent who makes sales? Who am I talking to in this chat? And neither one is right or wrong. I'm just telling you, neither one is right or wrong. You both got to make sales. But what are you looking to do? Right? And see, I think sometimes people don't understand there's a difference. Right? There's a difference between being an insurance agent and running a business. It's a difference. You both got to make sales. But the business owner, there's certain things they don't have to do. They don't have to additions. Okay? There's an addition to being a business owner. So let me share something with y'all. Take you back a little bit to 128 agency plan. So I'm not going to the beginning. Let's assume we already logged in because I don't know which tab is logged in. So you have the 128 agency plan, you click on learning. You click on learning, you click on welcome aboard, right? Resume course. When you click on resume course, you scroll down, you're going to see this workbook. This workbook brings us over here, which I've already kind of been there already, okay? The 120 Blueprint Workbook is the blueprint to building a business, y'all. Now, see, sometimes experienced agents, they say, hey, I'm coming in, I want to write my business, write my sales. Great. We can show you how to do that. And some of them just want to follow Experience plan because Experience does have a plan for most people to get started. I love it. Because I had somebody the other day say, Eric, I'm going to follow the Experience blueprint. Not a problem. Go do that. For a new agent, it tells you right here. The onboarding process. This is Experience. Remember, Experience started with experienced agents. This is the onboarding process. If you're unlicensed, register for exam effects, mandatory for associates, register for errors and omissions, right? Boom, your checklist, boom, boom, boom. You're licensed, get started with Experience for license checklist. Boom, so they give you a checklist, getting started. Manage your license, set your goal, create a business plan, right? They don't show you how to create a business plan. They say you make a business plan. Don't tell you how to do that.
There's no how-tos in there.
Know how to. Make a schedule. Okay. How do you make a schedule? Watch training videos in the back office. Which training videos should you watch?
Right. It's so vague, not intentional.
Yeah. Complete your back office profile. Upload your E&O. This is all one bullet. Complete your profile. Upload your E&O. AML. What do you get? Your signature card. Boom, 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 boom. Meet with your mentors and submit contracts for suitable carrier. We recommend starting with Foresters. They got a couple of recommendations they start with, right? Learn how to do a discovery for your clients. How you gonna learn? Oh, what does it say right here, y'all?
GreenSheet.
Learn how to what?
GreenSheet.
Learn how to do a discovery for your client. EFA or what?
GreenSheet.
Y'all
Green
do
sheet,
know
baby. Green sheet, baby.
Y'all do know who created the green sheet. We created the green sheet. Learn how to do this, right? Make a prospect list. Start with phone calls and social media. Don't prejudge. Own your introduction, right? When someone does it, what do you say? Pick up the phone, start dialing. Boom, boom, boom. A lot of things what to do, but like you said, y'all know what?
How to do it.
To do it. See, what we've created here is a how-to process, right? This step by step, our onboarding process. This is for building a business, y'all. Even for license introduction, right? We tell you what's going to happen. Building the business. We tell you what's going to happen. But when you go to the next step, right? Week one, getting to know you. Understand something. We don't just tell you what to do. We don't say just this is what you're doing with your new agent. So if I got a new agent, I should walk them through this blueprint. Now, sometimes I want to say somebody like a new agent like David. I didn't get a chance to go through it. But this tells me what? The how to. It tells me how do I get to know them. Here's some questions. Can you share a little bit about yourself? What do you like to do? We even give you the questions to ask to get to know the agent. Are y'all with me? We don't just say, go get to know them. This is the step by step by step by step by step. Where to get connected, right? Schedule your next appointment. They don't say just make a schedule. What? We give you some things you can do and give you some suggestions on how to make a schedule. We give you some tips on how to make it easier for you, like Google Calendar. We don't just say go make a schedule. We tell you some how to do that. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? See, this is suggested time blocks. This right here just says create a game plan, make a schedule. When making scheduling calls, we even give you recommended times to call, right? So we are giving you some how-tos. Week one, Step 2, step B, are you ready to get paid? Your license, right? When you're licensed, you're saying, hey, y'all, this is what you need to do. Bam, 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 the E&O certificates, boom, give you a couple of things, avoid a check. When you have a picture, we can talk to you about how to do the voided picture, what you need to do when you ain't got a check. Are y'all catching that?
Yes, sir.
We give you some how-tos, some strategies, some things. So give me some information along the way. So this blueprint is great for an experienced agent, unexperienced. But what happens a lot of times, experienced agents like, I just want to go, I'm running, I just need to go make some sell. They find out most agents don't know how to build a business. They know how to make some sales as an agent. There's a difference between an agent and a blueprint for a business. Are y'all with me? This is the business blueprint. One of the things we have here in the business blueprint is, which week was that? One, getting to know you. Ready to page. That's week 2. We got a weekly tracker. Once we started getting week 2, right? We got the weekly tracker. This weekly tracker is just right here, y'all. I want you to understand something. This weekly tracker is the blueprint, the activity steps you need to be doing to make money. Okay? It's the activity steps you need to do to make money. I went over this with earlier, but I'm just going to share it with you. If you say, if it's anything I want to do, this is the activity tracker, right? This is what we show you. This is the difference between Experience. Experience says, create a business plan, boom, 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 learn how to do a discovery, learn from where? I don't know. Make a prospect list, start phone calls, don't prejudge, right? Pick up the phone and start dialing, setting appointments. Are y'all catching that? Once you contract to find the tools, learn how to do a presentation. Learn how to present the opportunity. Learn how to. You gotta go learn how to, y'all. Remember, they start with experienced agent. What we show you is this tracker. This tracker is giving you what you should be doing step by step. Text messages. Sending out a text message. The way this tracker works. If you're not using this, I would tell y'all to use some form of it. Send out a text message. These are new messages to new people about your business, whether client or potential. If I send out 3 text messages, I could put a 3 here, and it's going to give me a point. Social media posts. Why social media, y'all? Because guess what? Social media is where it's at. You got to get your stuff out there. If I do social media posts, I get 3 points. Making phone calls to new people, not old folks, new people. Bam, 2 points. Contacts. This is like, did I get some new names? Your job is to go out there and create your own prospecting list. Are y'all with me? That's your job as the agent. You got to, this is not your business owner. This is independent agents. This is not one of those W-2 places where they're going to provide you a whole bunch of leads and you sit down and just make calls because they send you all the leads. Are y'all with me? Your job is to go out there and acquire these clients. We're going to teach you how to do that. That's what we do. We teach you how to do that. But I made 3 new contacts. BGO, VGO. That's what I'll talk to you about the difference. Launching your VGO stands for virtual grand opening, VGO experience, brand, time, and ownership. Doing the business overview. Ladies and gentlemen, you should be doing virtual grand openings, introducing your business to people. Remember, that's what I told you. As an agent, maybe you can go from company to company to different company, just be an agent to make some sales. A business does a grand opening. That's why I asked you, are you building a business or you just running an agency? Let me know, are y'all tracking me so far? Because I don't want to go too fast or too slow.
Yes, sir.
Does it make sense?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Right? So the business owner does a grand opening. A business does a grand opening. The employee who works there ain't doing no grand opening. They just got a new job. Hey, man, I started working at Dunkin' Donuts, Bob Big Boys, Hot Shops. Man, you come on through. The business who owns Hot Shops is putting plaster in the whole airways, doing TV, radio. I got my new Hot Shop open up on Main Street. You got to come out here, right? They're doing a big event. Treat your business the same way. So let's say that day I did a virtual grand opening. I didn't do no virtual grand opening today, but I sent the video presentation out, right? I didn't do a virtual grand opening, but I sent the presentation out to 3 people, right? I actually texted them. I sent them my video. You can send them a video link. I did 2 green sheets today. I did a show 4. 2 green sheets, 1 show 4. The ultimate goal is to do what, y'all? Make a sale. We get paid in insurance. I want y'all to make sure everybody know I'm clear. We get paid when you make a sale. When you make a sale, that's when you get paid. Nobody gets a check unless a sale is made. Are y'all with me?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Now, here's the thing. The sale can be made either through yourself or through a team member, and you can get overrides. That's different. A sale got to be made. So I'm clear. Some people say, Eric, y'all do a lot of training, y'all do a lot of this, y'all do a lot of recruiting. I'm very clear that you don't get paid unless a sale is made. Uncle Jock.
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you this question. You have a 6-figure ring, right?
Yes.
So you've made for a while now. It's been years. You've been making over 6 figures every year, right?
Right.
That means when somebody, you ever ask anybody to come to you, man, y'all do a lot of recruiting, y'all do a lot of beatings, y'all don't make when y'all make no sales? You ever have people ask you questions like that?
Yeah. Because it's almost like they're asking a question and insinuating and giving an opinion at the same time, all in one.
That's deep. What are they insinuating and giving an opinion? What they kind of saying to you?
That y'all don't do anything but recruit.
They're insinuating y'all don't do nothing but recruit. Y'all are always in meetings. But yet, there's nobody makes money unless the sale is made, and you've been making 100,000 plus for quite a few years now with 0 experience.
Exactly.
Obviously, some sales are being made. Yes or yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
You just won the watch. The watch is a 50-50-50 watch. Means you got 50 recruits, 50 applications, which are sales, and $50,000 minimum in income. So that means that, and that's in your agency, not because you got Roz or know somebody else. That's your direct agency. Does that mean there's some sales being made, Uncle John?
Yes, sir.
People miss that.
But they may not see the business mindset. They see 100% of their effort instead of 101% of 100 people's effort. So,
Ooh, you see it, David?
mm-hmm.
That's it. And this is a guy been around the block, seen it. And that's what I'm showing y'all. Hey, suppose I didn't make any sales today. Cool. Nope, I didn't get no sales today. I didn't get any. I got 2 referrals from people. I didn't get nobody join my team either. So notice, when you make a sale or somebody join your team, you get more points. In this example, that's 37 points. Y'all, we tell you right here, if you're going to be part-time, 100 points. Some people say, Eric, man, part-time, spare time, 100 points. This is not impossible, was it? Send 3 text messages, 3 social media posts, LinkedIn could be a post, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, whatever. 3 posts, chat can make the post for you. Chat GPT, make 2 phone calls. What? You mean I had to make 2 phone calls? Go find 3 new people? If I do this 3 times a week, I'm at 37 points. And I guarantee you do this 3 times a week, you're going to eventually, somebody's going to join your business one of these weeks and somebody's going to make a sale. Because then you're going to come Thursday, right? You do the same thing. Man, I just sent out 3 text messages Thursday. Then I did my 3 social media posts, still made my 2 phone calls, still contacted 2 people instead of 3. Didn't do a VGO again. And I like to put zeros so you didn't miss anything. Sent out that video, keep sending Eric's video. I did my 2 green sheets. I had 2 show 4s today, but one of them bought today and didn't get no referrals. But I also got a new business partner this week. I'm at 90 points. This is not like an amazing day. I'm at 90 points, y'all. And I said part-time is 100 points minimum. So is 100 points a doable number?
Yes.
Yep.
Absolutely.
You know, it's funny, Eric, when you use the tracker versus when you don't use the tracker. What happens is you really see how much time you've been loafing and doing other stuff. But when you track the stuff and become consistent with it, you really see that you're doing business. You're creating work for yourself. You know what I mean? It's not in your mind. It's not those mind deals like a lot of people do.
Yeah, man. And see, people don't realize when you do this. Remember, Jamie had $1 million group for a while, and he had this tracker. You had to turn your tracker in, and you had a minimum points, 200 points minimum. And if you didn't do it, then it went to 300. Every week it was increasing, and every week people fall off, people fall off, people fall off, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you had the recruit was minimum one recruit a week. It wasn't like, oh, I didn't recruit nobody this week. It was a minimum to stay in that group. You minimum had to find one recruit a week, or you out the group.
And you had to post Facebook Live. That was a requirement too.
Yeah, Facebook Live. You got to do a live Facebook. And this was something you had to do, minimum. He said, his group said, I just follow the tracker. He said, we ain't got to do it. Just send me your tracker. Show me your tracker. Show me your activities. So do y'all notice the weekly meetings are not on this tracker? We don't give you credit for the meetings. He said, Eric, you do a lot of meetings. I get it. We do. But you still got to get the activities done. Are y'all with me? You still got to get the activities done. The meetings are the learning. We give you the how-tos to do the activities that you need to do. It doesn't substitute the need to do. Okay.
Hold up, Eric. Ho. You just dropped a big one. The meetings are there for what?
To give you the how-to-dos. The how-tos.
So a lot of people have people that join them in business but won't plug in the meetings, but steadily asking the person that recruiting, well, how do you do this? How do you do this? How do you do that? When all they had to do was plug in.
Yep. The meetings are, I'm giving y'all training right now. How to build a business right now. Showing you what the blueprint is. And some people are like, I ain't got y'all go to the meeting, man. We got to make sales. And I come back, they ain't made no sales, y'all. I look up. They ain't made no sales. They just talk about it.
Yeah, they talked to a few people, but got stuck, and the person got stuck in the process because they didn't get the how-tos to process them properly.
Come on now. So I wanted y'all to see this part. This is what we share. And I'm going to go into the GreenSheet training in a second. And I'm going to use it from a high-level GreenSheet. So I'm going to need somebody, Gail, you could be my role play for me, okay? I don't see you on camera, so just get your vocal cords right. You're going to be my client. But I wanted you to see this. And we got it each week. Week 1, week 2, week 3. Do you save the tracker? Okay? And inside the tracker, we got a whole bunch of other things. Your goals, everything you need to follow up, the new learnings, right? This right here is the business. This is the business plan. Now I'm going to pause and show y'all something. I'm going to go into why the GreenSheet in a second here. Hold on a second. This is like my weekly pending report. Okay, so this just says, hey, most of y'all, you're going to back office, you got a pending report, shows you what clients you got, what's your percentages, what's your overrides. All right, so what I noticed though, and it also includes deals to get charged back, and it starts going to the pink. These are deals that's charged back. When I started looking at what companies have a higher chargeback, and what people have high chargebacks, I'm seeing the Forsters, and it's typically, okay, a couple of F&Gs, maybe some, use this typically company, maybe somebody's payment didn't process, whatever, Mutual Omaha, Americo, SBLI. Most of these policies are those final expenses, low $30, $50 to $70 policies, right? Most of these people who got these, they got them leads or whatever they got it from. It's like those, and I'm telling you, what happens? Most of these individuals wasn't using GreenSheets either, okay? Now, every now and then you might get like I said, this person right here, same client, they just probably happen to have a money situation. They'll probably get that fixed and rectified, I'm pretty sure. But a lot of these other ones, Forces Final Expense, I can tell which ones come with chargebacks. So why am I going into that? Because I'm going to lead into our GreenSheet, y'all. All right?
Man, what's crazy, Eric, is me and Takesha were just talking about this particular subject this morning where people charge back and why they charge back.
Yeah, I can see. It's when you start looking at the green sheet, people use the green sheet. We don't have a high chargeback. I'm trying to tell y'all. I write policy, I just don't have a high chargeback because the green sheet is a real customer focus. I put this thing together, right? Dr. Meri, now I want to take credit because she's coming in. We put this thing together, but the concept was I understand sales, and I was like, hey, how? And I studied people. We went fast. We ran. The green sheet you can get it from the 120 agency plan, right? You can get it on the 120 agency plan. I recommend going to the 120 agency plan and getting the green sheet from here. The green sheet can be found in Experience Back Office. I want to be fair. The green sheet can be found in Experience Back Office. If you type in green sheet, understand something. We have the only selling system out of all the teams, all the leaders and everything. Nobody else has their selling system in the back office, period, certified, stamped by Experience other than us. This green sheet right here, boom, 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 simplified financial needs analysis. Make a copy. Look familiar? This green sheet was created by Dr. Meri. She gave it to Experior. Y'all see they got the 2021 version. So
that's like having a 1985 Toyota Corolla.
It's still good. A lot of people still use it. A lot of people still using this thing and making money because they still use it. But they don't have the updated, and I'll be careful. They don't have a lot of the updated stuff that we have on ours. They got the base model, okay? They got the base model. You look at the tabs on the bottom, they don't have some of the updated stuff that we got. But when we made it, Dr. Meri, James was like, hey, Dr. Meri, can you let everybody use it? And we're like, y'all are owners, shareholders, right? You want the whole company to be successful. And it's like, oh, okay. Yeah, I guess so. So, you got ours because it says the Expert Financial Agency on it, okay? So so you make a copy. So now with that being said, I'm going to use you, Gail, if you don't mind, and I'm going to share some of this concept, the mindset, or the sales theory behind this, okay? Behind the green sheet. So now you know the reason for the questions behind the green sheet. Let me say that, okay? A lot of folks don't know the reason for the question behind the green sheet. And this is what we're going to share with y'all today, some of the reasons behind the questions of the green sheet. So let me see something here. Gail, are you mic'd up?
I am.
Okay, so Gail, you're going to be my client. I would say try to be as much you as possible, right? You can fake name, date of birth, stuff like that, but try to be much you as possible, okay?
All right.
So I got Gail as my client. First thing I want y'all to understand, what information is really critical in order to get a quote for a client?
Name, birthday, sex.
Birthday,
Health, medication,
height and weight.
date of birth. Mm-hmm.
date of birth, sex,
Location.
what state?
Mm-hmm.
Smoker, non-smoker.
Height and weight.
Yep. Smoking, non-smoking, height and weight. You can kind of guess. You can say, even with height and weight, you can kind of say, hey, I'm going to give you a standard if you meet these qualifications, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I can typically even run a standard quote and say, if you meet these qualifications. But most quotes are going to ask you, do they smoke, non-smoker, what state? Because it can vary by state. Are they male, female? Date of birth, how old are they? And sometimes you don't even need the date of birth. You just need to know the age, right? So pretty much, so why am I saying this? You got to know and feel your client, okay? Because some information we get from the client is not necessarily always needed to make that sale, to get the quote for them, okay? So when we designed the green sheet, we had a previous model. We modified it so many times. And I'm telling you, we went through probably client after client. I would literally sit there with agents, have them go to green sheet, and I would just watch the client's facial expressions. I would watch when they go, they make it like, But why you need that? Or some people come out and say, why you need that? We've had people hang up because we started off with our whole long ways. It's funny, we now got ethos, but I went to ethos and start looking at what did ethos ask. Now look at progressive. How do progressive insurance word it? I went to online companies and started seeing how do they word it. Why? Because I understood these are online insurance companies and they don't have an agent there to answer the questions. So they have got to be really good at asking a question without the client needing assistance. Are y'all with me?
Yep.
So I said, if Ethos can get a customer without the client needing any assistance, maybe Ethos has studied how to ask that question. There's a science behind the words, y'all. Are y'all with me? And what are they asking? And so that's what we formatted our thing in such a way so that it makes it so easy, not just for me, Erik Robinson. I started thinking like a business owner. Can my agents do it? And see, this is where most experienced agents miss it. They're like, I just go do this. I'll do it this way. Man, so many agents always tell me, Erik, I got my system. I do it this way. I do it this way. Everybody got my way. And then some of them successfully have a good career making money. But most of them don't have any other team members. Why? Because you can't teach everybody your way because you don't even know how you do it your way. You just do it your way. And this is not a do it my way. This is a system that if I teach you, you can teach somebody else. Along the way, you're going to tweak and modify to fit your goal, right? Gail's going to put her flavor on it. Uncle John's going to put his flavor on it. Are you with me? God's going to put her flavor on it. But the system is simple that everybody can be able to do this. Are y'all with me? When we first came in with the EFA with Experian, they had the EFA. And it was a little bit more complicated and people couldn't do it because it didn't still lead you down the path to what do you do next? It gave you all the information. You gather all the facts. Now what? What policy to sell? Which way you want to go? I don't know. So everybody's just winging it, making sales. And that's why I see with these people who buy leads, they just buying leads, making sales. And then, pretty soon they're charged back because Mr. Jones doesn't even feel like they made a sale, right? They just purchase insurance, and then next thing you know, when they start looking at that statement, why I got this bill? I don't know. It ain't something I wanted. Man, we need to cut that out. Right? So, you ready, Gail?
I am.
All right. So Gail, how do you spell your first name?
Gayle.
Sales training right there. Pause. Did anybody catch that?
Yes, you asked her how to spell her name.
What didn't I do?
Assume how to spell it.
Huh?
You didn't assume how to spell it.
I didn't assume how to spell it, but when I asked her how to spell her name, how does she spell her first name? Because I know she's looking at the sheet. I asked her how does she spell her first name. What is that doing to her subconscious mind?
Well, you didn't ask her a question. You basically tell her it's like you're having a simple conversation with her.
Yes, but subconscious. I'm gonna show you on the subconscious level. I'm telling y'all I'm giving y'all the skills that most salespeople, don't understand. I'm giving y'all ready for this one? Please catch this. I did ask her a question, but I asked her a question that made her subconscious mind give me access. What I'm looking to do is I need to put her name on this sheet. I just talked to Gail. I just met Gail. Maybe Gail is nervous. Gail could be a little bit nervous right now, right? Because Gail doesn't know what to expect, does she?
Nope.
She don't know what to expect. She don't know. What does Gail probably think? You're sitting there with your client. What are they really thinking?
How
Can
much?
they buy something?
What do I gotta buy?
You're gonna sell
What
them.
I gotta buy? You're gonna try something. What I gotta buy, right? So they're sitting back, even though you're talking to them, they're sitting back waiting for you to get to the point. That's what their brain is saying. Get to the point, man. What I gotta buy? How much it's gonna cost me? Would you come on? Just tell me how much it's gonna cost. I know I can't afford it. I didn't want it. You sitting here calling me. Da 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 da. They're not thinking. I'm so excited. I can't wait to get life insurance. Are y'all with me?
Mm-hmm.
I watch people. I won't say no names, right? I watch spouses go into a store to buy shoes, and the salesperson's like, at Nordstrom, the salesperson's like, hey, can I help you? Oh, I'm just looking. I'm like, hold on, we came here to get some shoes. You know that's what you're looking for because you're going out next tonight. You got to get some shoes tonight. You don't have to because you got some in your closet. But you want to get some shoes tonight, and the salesperson walks up, and then your guards go up. No, I'm just looking right now. I'm like, really? We just drove an hour and a half to come down here. This is our third store, and then you're going to hit me with the, I'm just looking. It's a natural response. Are y'all with me?
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, this is that your client has a natural response to be fearful. I'm giving y'all the sales training. So instead of me start typing Gail's name, I asked her, how does she spell her name, her first name? Because I see she's looking at the screen. Gail, how do you spell her first name? How do you spell your first name? G-A-Y-L. And I type it in. Her subconscious mind is thinking what? That she typed her name there, not me.
Mm-hmm.
I just Jedi mind tricked her. She just put her name on that sheet. How many of y'all felt like Gail put her name on that sheet because she gave me her name? Right? She told you how to spell it. And some of your subconscious mind is thinking, I can mess it up sometimes. Right? So Gail, in your last name, Gail, how do you spell your last name?
B-O-H-O-R. B-O-H.
Okay. B-O-H.
O-R-Q-U-E-Z. Z, not S.
Z, Q-U-E-Z. Okay, cool. Thank you. Sorry about that, Gail. And how do you pronounce that, Gail? Is that
Borges?
Borges. Okay, cool. Borges. Got that. Thank you. So I messed up on purpose, right? Y'all don't know. I messed up on purpose so she could do what?
Correct you.
How many of y'all saw me typing wrong? Like, oh, that ain't what she said.
Mm-hmm.
She said B-O. Some of y'all want to correct. No, it's B-O-H. You put on B-O-R. B-O-H. Because now she is her subconscious mind is doing what? Taking ownership. Her subconscious mind is taking ownership of this green sheet. I'm not trying to sell her. She's like, you messing up my green sheet, boy. Man, I gotta watch him. Make sure he don't make no mistakes on my sheet.
That's a nugget.
See, some of y'all want to be so correct. No, make a little mistake. Oh, so no, you gotta go back. Because now they're taking ownership. It's her name. The most important thing to somebody is their name, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna take ownership of her name.
That's the brand. They're gonna protect the brand at all times.
And guess what? Do y'all think I know how to spell Gail's name?
I hope so.
Yeah, but you want to make sure.
Why do you know I probably know how to spell Gail's name?
And she's in your organization.
Something even more obvious.
It's a common
Shows
name.
on the Zoom screen.
Name's on the Zoom.
Her name is right there on the Zoom screen. See, I know her name's right there on the Zoom. Y'all catching that? I'm going to slow down. Her name's right there on the Zoom screen. I'm not doing this because I don't know how to spell her name. I'm saying these things. I'm giving y'all sales skills, strategies. I'm saying this because I want her to buy in. It's on the Zoom screen, right? And Gail, so I might say, hey, Gail, to make sure we do this, do you know insurance companies actually rate you by your age, okay? It's not, I didn't make that one up, right? That's just how they do it. When you're younger, you pay a little bit less than when you're older. You realize that?
No, okay. No, I didn't know that.
Okay, well, yeah. Because, when you're younger, they say, hey, you're fit, you're in shape. I know you're probably in shape and fit, but the younger you are, the better it is for insurance companies. That's just how they work, okay? What's your birthday?
My birthday?
Yeah.
June 8th.
June 8th, okay. What year is that? 1998? What year was that?
Yeah, 1998. Sounds good.
Sounds good? Okay. Is that the right one? You're 98, 97? What's the actual one? Because I don't want to mess up and give you the wrong information.
1972.
72? Okay, all right. You're a young person. Okay, cool. Great. Did y'all notice that right there? I played around with her birthday, right? But I also said, hey, do you know, because I'm judging her understanding of insurance. Do you know insurance companies, sometimes they when the younger you are, the lower the cost, right? So now down the road, I'm mentally setting her up that she doesn't go, oh my gosh, I can't afford it. Why is it so high? Her subconscious mind is being conditioned that there may be a higher cost because you're not as young as somebody 21. It ain't my fault you didn't buy insurance when you're 21, right? But it also, I'm planting the seed that she doesn't want to do what, y'all?
Cancel it.
She don't want to cancel.
Age.
Why not, David? How come she don't want to cancel it?
Because in the later years, it's gonna cost her more, and there's a possibility she might have a risk, a health issue. She may not get the insurance that she get today.
See, I'm setting the stage that by saying that, when you're younger, it's a little less, as you get more different things. I haven't even got to the pricing yet, nothing like that. I'm asking her, are you aware of that? Right? Because she may be aware. She said, no, I'm not aware. So I'm setting the stage. So now she's thinking, her subconscious mind is thinking, I better hurry up before I can't get it, right? We don't know exactly what it's thinking, but we know there's a seed just planted there, right?
Correct.
I'm just planting the seeds at down. See, some people think the sale starts at the end. I'm going to try to close you. No, I'm setting her up all the way from the beginning. She don't even see it. Now her subconscious mind is saying, okay, this guy's trying to give me some information. Like now, see, email, right? I might just skip over her email. Because do I really need the email right now to close it, to set it up, to get a quote? No. So sometimes I'm going to skip over things just to make her feel like I'm on her side. Gail, right now, I can come back to your email because we don't need that right now, okay? Is that okay?
That's fine.
And I got your phone number already, Gail. So we'll come back to your phone number, right? But and some things, Gail, at this moment I don't need your address. But what city are you in?
Springfield.
Springfield, okay. And that's Virginia, VA?
Yeah, Virginia.
What's the zip over there?
22153.
So, I skipped over the VA and went to the zip, right? Because I can remember Springfield, Virginia. What I don't know is her what? Zip code. Now, is it needed? No. But it makes her feel like y'all pick and choose what you want to skip over. You with me? When I'm doing the GreenSheet, I'm not trying to do everything da-da-da, because now she feels like she's in I'm trying to make her feel at ease. Yeah, it's an interrogation. What's this? I need this. I need this. And this, you do too much. She's going to start saying, well, hold on. Tell me what it's going to cost me. She's going to feel like she's giving me everything, and I'm not giving her nothing yet. Are y'all catching that?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to skip over. So it's like a give and take. It's a give and take, right? And you notice, I didn't say, what's your zip code? I said, what's the zip code where? Over there. See, I don't say, what's your zip code? Why you keep throwing my zip code? She said Springfield. I said, oh, Virginia? Because I already know Virginia, right? She said Springfield. Oh, Virginia. Oh, yeah. What's the zip code over there? 22153. Her subconscious mind can't even stop. It's going to automatically come out. Like Gaji. What city you live in, Gaji?
Charlotte, North Carolina.
Charlotte, North Carolina. Okay, cool. What's the zip code over there where you at?
28215.
Do y'all see how quickly her subconscious mind couldn't stop it? She probably couldn't even give me a fake one. The zip code is not something somebody's. If you don't make it seem what's the zip code at your address, it's not something that people feel comfortable, right? You can look up the zip code in Charlotte. Then there's probably 4 or 5 zip codes in Charlotte. So I don't know the one. So I'm saying, what's the zip code over there? What's the zip code where you at? Don't be so, I need this, need that. The subconscious mind will automatically let y'all in. Are y'all catching me on that one? I'm trying to give y'all the strategy behind this, okay? The mindset strategy behind this. Right? So now this question here. So Gail, Do you have any children?
I have 2,
Yeah, 2. Okay. How old are they?
12 and 14.
12 and 14. Okay, cool. Now I kind of need the ages on these, right? I remember people like at the EFA was like, "What's your kid's date of birth?" And people are like, "You want my kid's date of birth for?" And I started realizing most people use the kid's date of birth as like passwords or stuff like that, right? So the EFA says asking for the date of birth. We took that off. I don't need that date of birth. Not right now. Once you get a policy and you say yes, they may ask for the date of birth. Some companies do if they're going to be your beneficiaries. But right now, just do what's their age. Right? You got 2 kids. I just need that so I can know when I'm trying to explain to her down the road and she says how much coverage she needs. Well, Gail, you got young kids. You want to make sure you got enough coverage if something happens to you, right? You got a 12-year-old. You got to come back and take care of the 12-year-old. Later, I might ask for the kid's name just to develop relationships, okay? But I kind of need that today's day. But this is the next one right here. This is a sales tool that most people miss. So, Gail, the insurance you got now, what do you have that? Do you have that through your employer? Do you not have any insurance at all through your employer? Or you got your own private insurance, or do you have a combination of both?
I have my own private insurance.
Okay. Oh, cool. Awesome. Wow. Who do you have that with? Do you know?
NLG.
NLG. Wow. How long you had that for a while? Or you just got it?
For about a year now.
For about a year now. Okay. So why am I asking some of these questions? It's telling me about Gail. So Gail just recently got insurance. So in about a year, so in the last year, she's talked to an insurance agent. She didn't just go on NLG's website. So I know Gail has some agent that she's communicated with in the last year. The agent maybe never followed up. I'm gonna use that later down the road to my advantage. Okay, not now. Down the road, I'm using it to my advantage. I might say, "Hey, Gail, did your agent do a?" I'm not gonna do it right now because I'm not gonna come at her. I don't know the relationship. But down the road, I'm gonna say, "Hey, Gail, did you do your annual review with your agent to make sure everything's up to date?"
No,
Yeah.
not yet.
Not yet? Oh, okay. Cool. Do y'all usually do annual reviews, Gail? I know you just got it, but is that something you typically do with your agent? Do they keep you up to date every about 6 months to make sure everything is cool?
I don't know. We'll see if they call me or not.
Okay. So, all right, not a problem. So, cool. So now what she's telling me, answers no, right? And what am I planting the seed in her subconscious mind?
No, I should get an annual review because that sounds like that's standard.
That's standard. And her agent so far, she's like, we'll see. I don't know yet. So I'm already setting little small seeds of doubt that her agent is not serving to her properly. I'm not going to say your agent ain't doing a good job. I'm just planting these seeds. Are y'all catching me? I'm planting the seeds, and her subconscious is saying, oh, he's talking about annual views. Maybe he does. So if that's something he must have do, I didn't get that yet. People always want to feel like what they ain't got. Now, section 2. All right, section 2. This is the part experienced agents, they don't even get this. They don't see this one coming. They're like, oh, you don't need all that. I don't need. Rookie. This section 2 is all about Gail taking ownership of this page. This is where your clients take ownership. Okay? It ain't about the answers. It's about the ownership. The answers will help you develop a relationship with Gail down the road. So Gail, right here, we always ask, what's important to you, okay? Can you see these scales right here, these screens?
I can.
Okay, we got this side has side and this side. Between the two sides, what's most important for you? And what would be your top 5? Look on this side here, look on this side here, and tell me what's probably your top 5 of importance. And if you go over 5, Gail, don't worry about that. It's not you can get some freebies, okay? But just want to see what's important for you. What's your top 5?
Yeah, I'll probably have a game plan for retirement.
Okay.
Protect my income from unexpected loss.
Okay.
Generate more income.
Okay.
And leave an estate for my family.
Okay. All right. Cool. And if you had to add a bonus one, what would be like your bonus two? If you had to add a bonus two, what would be your bonus two?
Maybe travel.
Okay.
Yeah,
Everybody.
travel.
Let me ask you a question, Gail. Where would you go to? If you had some extra $5,000-$10,000, where do you think you'd probably go to?
Probably to Fiji.
Fiji?
Yep.
Right. Have you ever been there before?
No.
All right, cool. Why Fiji?
Because I've always wanted to go there.
Oh, you want to go to Fiji? Okay, cool. Awesome. So I'm making a note. Gail always wanted to go to Fiji. Okay, cool. And what would be the other one? What's the other? If you had an extra free bonus, what would be the other one for you?
Have a financial coach.
All right, cool. Have a financial coach. Awesome, Gail. So, Gail, I just asked these questions, just kind of get the idea to kind of see how to put your plan together for you, right? Actually, you picked 1, 2, 3, 4. We gave you 5. So, do you want me to move this travel over to like one of your 5?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, cool. So I move travel over to one of your 5 with a bonus one as a financial coach. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, this section here is designed to take Gail's focus off of I'm here to sell her life insurance. Right? Gail is now having to decide, her brain is now kind of figure out which one do I want? We're game plan for retirement. She's picking off of my shelf. She's in my business picking off my shelf. It's kind of like people always think I use this analogy going to the shoe store. You go to a shoe store, Foot Locker, and you see shoes up there. People go out there and walk out the shoes and smiling and taking pictures of their shoes like, these are my shoes I picked out. But you got to remember, you only picked the shoes that was on the shelf that they put up there. You go to a Foot Locker New Orleans, they may got doing some gold and black for the Saints, right? You go to Foot Locker in Dallas, they may got some blue and white for those Cowgirls, right? And so it's the different things are going to be. You're only picking off their shelf. Gail is picking off my shelf, but her brain feels like these are hers. So this right here, this green sheet, I want y'all to catch this. This green sheet is now the proud ownership of Gail. This section right here has now turned Gail into the proud ownership. She owns this. This is now Gail's green sheet. Because these are Gail's answers, Gail's questions, not mine. And her brain's telling me she wants to go to Fiji. I didn't know she wanted to go to Fiji. She says she wants to go to Fiji Islands. Are y'all catching that? So she's telling me the things that she likes to do and some of her desires. Ladies and gentlemen, if you know what people like to do and some of their desires, do you realize that's the best way to now have them close them as a client? Giving them what they want? We haven't even talked life insurance yet. I'm building a rapport. I'm building a relationship with Gail. And so by the time we sell her something, show her something, see, most of y'all just going through the green sheet, just get an answer. You got the green sheet. Well, tell me about Mr. Jones. I don't know. I know about Gail. She got 2 kids, right? She had an insurance agent sold a policy about a year ago. She got in National Life Group. He ain't did his annual review. Gail wants a Gail playing game plan for retirement. I might ask a little bit more. She wants to leave an estate for her family, right? That's important to Gail. Makes sense, right? She didn't get insurance from her job. I don't know why she didn't take life insurance from her job. Maybe she ain't got a job. Maybe we don't know these things. But I got an image of Gail. Are y'all with me? And we just getting started. So this section here, I'm not going to go into this one because I got a 2 o'clock, so I got to stop at 2 o'clock. So I'm not going to go into this one. But this section right here, This is the next one. Gail, do you use any kind of tobacco?
No.
So I always like to put the things up to pop up so they can see it. So they can see the answer is either yes or no. Well, you know what I'm saying? Well, you know what? No. Okay. Gail, how would you rate your health on a scale of average, great, or excellent? How would you rate your health right now?
Great.
Great. Okay, cool. Awesome, Gail. I love that. Now, I know you didn't say excellent. Why would you say you're probably not excellent? What would stop you from being excellent?
I want to lose some weight.
Want to lose some weight. Do y'all know that's the number one thing people always say? I asked them, why not excellent? Whatever they put, if they don't say excellent, why didn't you put excellent? If they say average, why did you put average? This is where experienced agents always ask me this question. Eric, you got to ask medical questions. You need to know the medical question. You need to know the medical. Bruh, we get it. It's just, we got the medical questions. This right here is the medical questions. How would you rate your health? Then I can ask follow-ups. How would you rate your health? Gail, why not? Why didn't you say excellent? I'm telling you, most people say because they want to lose some weight, right? So people say, Eric, I always like to do that because when you ask people what's your height and weight, they're like, oh, you know, women, y'all don't want to tell their height and weight, right? Because she want to lose some weight. And I make it as a conversation. So Gail, let me ask you a question. So what is your current height and weight, which last time you checked?
5'5" and 165.
165, Gail, what are you trying to get down to?
A lot less.
Not less. Okay, well, I can tell you, Gail, you're 5'5". You're way ahead of the majority of Americans. You know that, right? You might want to get that's a Gail. I love it. You got your own goals. I'm not gonna stand in the way of your goals. But Gail, let me ask this question. Are you currently taking any medications or have you been prescribed any kind of medications?
Nope.
See, this is when I ask the medical questions. Typically, if Gail had bad health, and I say, why you say great and excellent, she'll start telling me, because I'm taking this, because I got high blood pressure. They go into detail on why. I don't have to ask her why. They usually just give it to me. Because I'm doing this, I'm taking this, about it. They go on and on. So then I just type right here. I click on notes. You click on notes, and then you type up here in a section. Right?
I love
taking
you.
Any meds. And if she was taking meds, I would put it in. But now I got the notes right here. And here's the cool thing. If you ask the medications, ask them what's she taking. Here's another question. I'm gonna end with this. There's a difference in certain communities. Sometimes I say, are you taking any meds, or have you been prescribed any medications? Because taking medications and prescribed is two different things in some communities. They're like, no, I ain't taking nothing. And then when you get the report back, it's like all these medications, like, bro, you said you wasn't taking nothing. Oh, yeah, I don't take that no more. I stopped taking that. But it's on your file. Well, they didn't ask me that. They asked me, are you taking any medicines? Be clear on what you ask. The other day, I was telling Dr. Meri, I was at the grocery store, and it said, how many bags would you wish to grab? Because in our area, you got to pay for the bags, right? So I went to self-checkout, and it says, how many bags would you wish to purchase today? And I thought, I'm tempted to put 0, because I don't wish to purchase anything. The question you asked me, how many bags do I wish to purchase? None. Click 0, and I'm going to fill my bags up. They say, hey, you didn't pay for the bag. No, you asked me how many I wish to purchase. I don't wish to purchase any. So asking people, do you take medication in some communities and cultures? That ain't the question. But I say it, but then I also say, are you taking any medications, or have you been prescribed any that you may not be taking right now? You got to say that, because I'm telling you, they typically, if they're none like Gail, they're going to say none. If they are, they're going to like, oh, yeah, you know what? I do got this, and I do got that, and I do got this. So I don't have to have that in my screen, because why I say this is I know people are looking at this screen. We've done it before. We list you all your medications. And before I can answer the question, they're like, why you need to know that? I'm like, need to know what? That question down here, why you need to know about all that? Why you need to know all my medication? And we up here at the name. And they're down, they've already went down below, and their brains start, why you need to know all those private questions? Ladies and gentlemen, nothing right here says medical. They even look at this right here. Do you smoke tobacco? How's your health? What's your height and weight? Nothing talks about personal medication, right? So she doesn't feel like she's not able to prejudge what I'm going to do next, because they're going to look at it. Make sense? Hey, how you treat your health? Average. Why you say average? Oh, because I'm overweight. I got this, boom. And when she said she needs to lose weight, I easily transitioned to, hey, Gail, what is your current height and weight? What do you think you weigh right now, right? I don't know. I'll last on scale, because some people don't know their height and weight. That's why I usually say, like, well, what is your height and weight now? Or what do you think you weigh, right? What do you think your height and weight is? What do you think it is? That's another good question, ladies and gentlemen. What do you think? Because people say, I don't know. Don't try to be so specific. What's your height and weight? I don't know. And some of y'all don't realize you keep going down the I don't know. You stack a whole bunch of I don't knows or knows, you're blocking the roadblock. Their brain is saying, I don't want to talk to this person. Because they keep asking me questions, what? That I don't know. And you don't sound like somebody who's going to help me because you're asking me questions that I don't know. Let me get back to you. So some of y'all are getting pushback simply because the way you ask questions, and two people can fill out the same green sheet and get different responses. Please trust me. That's why we're going to do more training on this, because I can guarantee you I can sit down with some of the same people you got green sheets with and get a different answer, a different result, because I'm doing it a little differently. Same answers, just different results because of the response. So I'm gonna stop there. Right? We're gonna pick back up tomorrow at 12:30. But any questions on this so far?
Yes, I have a question on the green sheet.
Yes, sir.
Do I have to ask the client all this question during a quote process or during the application process?
This is during the quote process. This is helps me decide which type of client, what quote I'm going to give you. This is before I give you a quote. So our green sheet process, we get the green sheet first. I set up an appointment, get this information first. Now I can go into a quote. I fill this all out. I can go into a quote if I got you here at the same time, right? Or I can come back with the quote. But this helps me decide what I am quoting. Because when you start to go down, it's going to figure out how much coverage they need, how much money they can put, how much they're looking to invest, what kind of payment they can do, okay?
Yes.
So
this is doing an appointment with the client, not just like I understand. It seemed like we was doing a quote, just a quick quote, or having a conversation with their client. But doing an appointment, it's not a cold call. It's not a cold client anymore. It's already a warm client, correct?
yes, and I don't do quick quotes to nobody. I don't just do quick quotes. Like, I'm not gonna give you a quick quote because I don't know. I'm just quoting something, and I don't know. Maybe hope you like it. I'm going to get to know you, and this is what my closing percentage is higher than most people, because
100%.
I'm gonna get to know you. Now, I know if you're buying these leads and people are trying to hurry up, they trying to get the final expense lead. That's why I started at the beginning. People who are buying these final expense leads and just going. Yep, that changes the game a little bit because it's a different approach, but they have a high turnover. Because even with them, I would still try to say, hey, let me get to know your client a little bit, okay? Because you don't get to this part, trust me, they're gonna buy something and you may get them, may not close them, and 2 months later it's a chargeback. I'm telling y'all as sure as I'm standing here, okay? The business that pays is the business that stays. Y'all with me?
Yes. I have a question, and again, about the number of children. If a family of 3 wanted to add the child into the quote to also get a quote for the child policy, is there a way to open up boxes for each child name, or do I have to just put age and numbers if they want a policy?
Well, if I have a second person, a husband, you see what says client number 2?
Yes.
I can put Bob. That can be this. I can put Bob here, and Bob would be the second person. But So what I would do, if I had a client for the spouse, whatever, I can come on the show for client 1. If you drop down right here, we actually have it for client 1. Then what I would do is show for client 2. These are quotes with our show for section. Client 2, and I can right click. I can make a duplicate of this page. I can duplicate this one, and then it'll be, and saying show for client 2. I can rename it child, Billy, this kids. So client, this show for will be for each child.
Okay.
Then I would just make a copy.
Just duplicate.
Just duplicate this, but it'll all stay within the same one green sheet. I wouldn't create a new green sheet. I'll have that whole green sheet for all the family. I would just duplicate this client 2, client 3. You can move these tabs around. And so you can remove the tabs around, and you can rename it to, so you can move the tabs around. You can rename this tab. I can right click on it and click on rename and call this child 1, or the child's name.
Okay.
Right. And so, but I probably, if it's a child, I'll probably just keep the same green sheet right here. Because the kids would be, say she want one for the 12-year-old, and this one person right here, right? Yes. At this stage, I may just do another green sheet. I can duplicate this green sheet. I can go boom, duplicate this page, and do a green sheet for each, for the child, for the kids. So I have their date of births and everything already stored. Okay. Make sense?
Yes, yes.
All right, y'all. Well, thank y'all. Anybody, any other takeaways anybody get? Any other question, anybody else? Anyone? Going once, going twice? Any takeaways? Anybody got any learnings that they learned, or?
Very insightful. Thank you very much.
I do have one thing, Eric, real quick.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Okay,
so you don't recommend sending the green sheet to the client to fill out on their own?
No, the green sheet is mine. I don't. Actually, people say, I'm sending them a green sheet. Like, y'all don't realize that is your, that's your goal.
Yeah.
That's your money.
Yeah. And that's the part that drops all the defenses when you turn that filling it out into a conversation.
I agree. Okay. Thank you.
And I'm glad you asked that, Tawana, because I've seen people, I heard people do it. Like, I send them a green sheet. What? So they think they're going to shut down the process to make it quicker, but you're not. You're just stopping the process.
And you're lessening your leverage to be trustworthy sooner than later.
Yes. Because even if they don't buy right now, this person got a chance to know me. I seem more trustworthy. We develop a relationship. So I got to follow up with this person. So me and Bob, okay, hey, so-and-so, man, you talk to me. There's some relationship I'm building there.
And Eric, real quick, can you explain, like, there's so many things that create sticky cookies, but can you explain real quick? Because I know you got to go, what a sticky cookie is?
Yeah, a sticky cookie is what we use the term to say, what keeps that person engaged? What keeps that person locked in? What keeps that person staying with you, right? Like, what's going to make them stick? And that's why I say we don't have a lot of turnover. I don't have a lot of chargebacks because my clients feel like they purchased something. This is what they want, right? When people feel like you sold them something, now they feel like, oh, I buy, he sold me insurance, he sold me this. This is what I want. Like, Gail, this is her green sheet. This is like, I customized this, and this is what I picked. Like, I picked out the one I want, not the one you wanted. I'm in control. You helped me make a selection. And that's what this green sheet, that's what I'm telling y'all, a lot of people don't catch it. That's what the green sheet does. It helps that person feel like they're in control and help them make a selection. It doesn't help me make a sale, it helps them make a purchase. There's a difference between I can help them make a sale, it can help me make a sale, or I can help them make a purchase. I am helping them make a purchase, y'all. That's what the green sheet allows me to do.